Hello there everyone! Welcome back to some more Let's Play Underrail. In the last video, we found the body of a technician within the West Storage Depot, and most importantly, his hand looked like it might be intact. His arm, I suppose I should say, and here it is. And so we're going to hope that the chip between it is still active, and turn it into the good people here. We also found something called a M7, Fold M7, which is a, consider it like a disk drive or USB stick or something. It contains logs or information on it, recorded by the person who had it last, probably. I then went back to Core City, and I sold a bunch of stuff. I went to the Grey Army military base, and I looted all the bodies I had, well, most of the bodies I had left behind. I got a decent amount of cash, and then I spent it all getting an upgrade for our plasma leviator. We are now using a B-arm hauler 550 as our main engine, with the XG Alpha 3 now being a secondary. So our speed has gone from 217 up to 308, so 100 more numerical units, almost, faster than what it used to be. That'll help us literally get around out here. And that was it. I don't think I did anything really, I don't think I did anything else. So let's go ahead first and see what's available for food. And I guess I'm not really interested in a whole lot here. Oh, something else I had done. Am I wearing it? I'm wearing it. So I created a new suit of armor for us for the upcoming places we will be visiting. I have some biohazard Tichrome armor now. The biohazards because I really want bioresistance for the areas we will be going in. I believe that reduces the damage we take from poison as well. I might be wrong there, but we'll be fighting locusts soon. And while I'm hoping our mechanical resistance would be enough to normally avoid some of their damage, the bioresistance will really help out in reducing it. This does mean, though, that I don't have a regenerated vest on me, so there is that aspect of it. We'll have to rely more on my health hypos. Now I'm back here, and I'm going to purchase half of these batteries. We can then recharge our hammer. And let's get to it. Oh, does the doctor have anything new? He has replenished his inventory because he has more antidotes here. Do I need anything else from him? I probably should purchase even more of these. We really need a ton of antidotes, and it's the one type of, well, there are many drugs I can't make. That's one of them. Is he selling anything new, by the way? Coagulation shots. I guess we could purchase this. Oh, no. I'm keeping... This is going to be kept so that we will be able to power some more defenses here on the island. I'm not going to do that for the next battle against the savages, but I'll do it for after this. I'm kind of... My mind's not working properly today. There are some defenses on the beach we can fix with our high electronics and mechanics score to make it easier for us to defend against the savages. But I feel that greatly reduces the tension that you guys would witness trying to fend them off normally. And so I am torn between upgrading all the defenses, upgrading some of the defenses, or leaving them powered down. It'd be more exciting for all of us, I think, if I left them powered down. It'd be more of a struggle against the savages. But I'm thinking what I will do is let at least one more savage attack happen, and then I can make up my mind if I need to improve the defenses of this island. Oh, and Seeger's not even here. Technicians, labor. Oh, hello. Everyone's outside today. The three familiar yet vastly different faces await your approach. Professor Oldfield greets you with a jubilant grin, Chief Briggs with a nod and his usual countenance, whereas Seeger simply registers your presence before his eyes return to their anxious wandering around. Gabriel, do you have it? Do you have the microchip implant? Show them the severed arm. The image contaminates the professor's smile a bit. Seeger seems outright disgusted. Chief Briggs displays no emotion. Oh my. Excellent work. Well done. Well done. Seeger, how are we supposed to use these again? Do we just use it with that panel, or is there something else to it? I think, Professor, that one is just supposed to approach the panel, and it'll open. He makes his hand into two gates and moves them apart. But I'm not exactly sure. That's what I got from the recovered data. Are you alright, Seeger? Huh? Oh yeah, Professor Oldfield. Yes. You mentioned you wanted to scan the microchip. Yes. Seeger approaches you tentatively, revulsion mounting in his expression, and produces a small square device with a hand-sized display attached to it, to a straight plastic handle. It does not appear to have anything but a single button on its right side. Seeger presses it, points the device at the disembodied arm, and stares at the screen, swiping and tapping it constantly. The bright light reflecting off his face gives him the appearance of a proper pale corpse. You wonder whether it is actually the light that is responsible, or his destination for the piece of an actual... Is that right? Detestation for the piece of an actual corpse you are holding. I'm getting something. A signal pulsing. Yes, it's repeating every few seconds. Gabriel, how about you try opening the gate with that? I'll be next to you with the device and try to see if I can catch any changes in the signal. So using like a TCP dump to, I guess, watch the packets come across the network. Sec troopers, get in position. You two, be on your guard. It displays nothing. Use Phil's severed arm. Sec troopers, move in. At last. Not much here. What we are really looking for has to be down. He inspects the elevator. It appears to be locked as well. Mind if I try this time? Go ahead. Okay, let's give it a shot. It works! I captured the signal you used to unlock the gate. It works! Well done, Seeger. We'll take it from here. Alright, team. Floor by floor. Radio in once everything is clear. Stay sharp. "15 to 20 minutes have passed before the team reports that the area has been secured and that the air is safe to breathe. The four of you step into the elevator and descend to the floor below. The elevator doors open, and the room greets you with the air that is thick and reeking of decay. This odor reminds you of the room you found Phil's body in, only here it is much stronger. Oh. Seeger puts on his gas mask, not only to make it easier on his nostrils, but to also narrow and partially obscure the dreadful image before him, it seems. The professor plugs his nose, and even the chief seems to show some reaction to the malodorousness. Area is clear, sir. No signs of life. We haven't noticed any latent security systems either. These men... they were NFT soldiers. Appears so, sir. From the evidence we found so far, the majority of the soldiers killed each other. Those who remained standing committed suicide. Seeger reluctantly approaches one of the dead soldiers with his device. Two hollow eye sockets gaze at him from the ground, for he is probably the first man to approach them in centuries. He outstretches his arm and scans a rotten hand on the ground while trying to keep the rest of his body as far back as possible. From this angle, you are able to see what is on the device's screen, and it displays one flat line. This one's dead. I mean, the implant. No signal. They killed each other. My goodness. The barricade's positioning indicate that they were in a defensive position, most likely lying in wait for Biocorp forces to come out of the elevator. Now, all of the bodies we've inspected have an unnatural, distorted bone structure. Mutagen. That would also explain the friendly fire and the suicides. Seeger flinches and looks at the sec trooper, then the chief. The air is free from harmful particles. We've performed all necessary scans. I would advise against touching the bodies before Doc Savage inspects them, though. Are there any other exits from this area? Yes, sir. There's a gate leading east. The signs say it leads to shelters and evacuation tunnels. Take us to it. So, this is it. Amazing. Professor, for security reasons, I will have to confine you to this area for now. There seems to be enough material here for your staff to work with. We'll keep this gate sealed until Recovery Team Alpha returns and I have more spare men to send to investigate these evacuation tunnels. We need to keep our defenses tight in case natives launch another attack. No signal here either. What gives? Interjects Seeger, or would if anyone paid any attention to him. I will leave several sec troopers to guard you at all times. I understand, Chief, I understand. Whatever you say must be done. He smiles again and his eyes are peering into the rooms around him. But finally, we're inside. I can't believe it. All this effort might actually pay off. No, nothing here either. Sit. Scratches his head. I volunteer to search those evacuation tunnels. Noted. But the time is not right yet. He looks at the professor, then back at you. Even though by now you don't expect to read anything on his face, there's a hint that he is pleased with what you've done. Or it might just be the lighting. Speak to Marcus about your paycheck. We will leave the professor and his staff to do their work. I will grant you some rest if you are feeling tired. You've earned it after all. If you're up for more work, however, there are a few things that need to be done around the camp to solidify our defenses. Rest is for the wimps. Give me work. Marcus will brief you about that. Okay, this one shot himself 3 times in the head. He couldn't kill himself with the first 2 bullets. He turns off his device and faces you. You were right. Without his device's illumination, he is as pale as a corpse. I will be in my tent if I am needed. Some of the bone shows signs of extreme deformity. There are bullet holes in his uniform as well. His face has been completely bashed in. His uniform is torn to shreds. The screen is completely glitched out. Deep sea water globe. If you look carefully, you can see some sort of underwater base at the bottom. Lemco, LC-387. Welcome, P. Bridges. Dispatcher terminal, Ark Island Keep. Unable to connect to Lynn. Only local data is available. View dispatcher logs. No connection. Only local and most recent logs available. Ark Island Keep, LE-1610-122. So this is giving us hints as to the locations of other places we may want to investigate. All those coordinates, K7, E6, and so on. I'm assuming that we are translating them from whatever coordinates these had into the coordinates we are using. Otherwise, we'd have to be extreme, or I suppose it could just be an incredible coincidence that the people who were here originally at NFT used the same naming convention with like K7 and E6 to point out where their facilities are. Any case, let's go ahead and import coordinates to our NCD. Imported successfully. West Storage Depot. Ark Island Keep. Those are the two we're at. Ark Island Keep. West Storage Depot we've been at before. Crimson Metal Horticulture Center. Nexus of Technology. Blistering Shores Research Facility. Viridescent Quarry. Imported successfully. Let's obtain docking coordinates for listed locations. No coordinates available. Alright, we're done then. I guess we can talk with Seeker really quick as well. He flinches and spills out some of his coffee over his pants. Zit! Zit, zit, zit! He pulls down his trousers to his knees, revealing deep black underpants with overlapping columns of bright green symbols. He grabs a filthy handkerchief from his pocket and starts rubbing the stains. You scared the crap out of me! Are you okay? Yeah. What is it, man? What can you tell me about the ARIFID microchips? ARIFID stands for Active Radio Frequency Identification. Basically, it means that the microchip has its own power source as opposed to passive chips, which get powered by a reader. The data I recovered, with a lot of effort, tells me that the NFT used these chips originally for storing personnel and medical history, to monitor host's health status, and to keep track of their location. I don't know how the microchip is being powered, by a battery or even by the host himself, but I bet they did a good job on it, considering everyone's got them. So when did authorization come into the picture? Well, the log mentions just that. It seems that the NFT didn't really have much need for authorization checks, okay? But they implemented this system to make it more difficult for Biocorp to enter their facilities. Considering they never made it into the keep, it worked. It seems that the implant does not need a live host to function. It's neither being powered by a host, nor is it a living one necessary to pass the authentication and authorization checks. Lucky for us, that appears to be the case. That's Excel right there. It probably has a battery. As for the second, either it's an oversight on the NFT's part, or, I don't know, there could be something we're missing. Have we tried pulling the hand out of the glove? No, I'd rather not touch it if I don't have to. I hear you, it's extreme. Damn, shit. Anyway, I'll, take one of the microchips from my body and in the keep and figure out how the thing is working, okay? Once I got time, I'll let you know what I discovered. Hey, could you take a look at this for me? Ah, that's an NPC. Give it here. I can extract data from these little devices, so if you come across more of them, bring them to me. Can they be repaired? Hardly. These things are old, but they're data storage drives. Now, those things are high quality. While a lot of the data does end up being unrecoverable in the end, I've had great success so far. You just bring me more NPCs and I'll put everything I managed to recover on my PC in the tent. Feel free to browse the files once I'm done. In fact, there's one already there. It's from one of the NFT soldier NPCs. Check it out. Okay, now let's see what we got. Done. Managed to recover some interesting stuff. Send it to Professor Oldfield straight away. I'll leave you to your work. I'm not really interested in coffee. Coffee is something that Psi users, I believe, benefit from, but I don't think we do. Appreciate it. Bye. Ah, Gabriel. Professor, any new discoveries? Right now, we have a very good idea about how the population lived. Tell me about their way of life. Most of the population resided in a place called the Citadel of Life, which was this immense and beautiful complex of structures built in the cliffs overlooking the bay south of here, where the pirates are now. It was comprised of various sections: residential, shopping, entertainment, theaters, concert, and holographic halls. They lived there in great comfort and enjoyed the highest forms of artistic and cultural enlightenment, while they worked in facilities scattered across the Black Sea, which, to be perfectly honest, were hardly void of these luxuries themselves. But the Citadel was vulnerable, the most vulnerable complex in the Black Sea, and was absolutely demolished during the attack. You can perhaps see it from here, those southeastern cliffs. They're fractured and riddled with craters. He bows and shakes his head. Biocorp ships fired mercilessly until every section of the citadel collapsed into the water. Goodness me, they spared nothing. But speaking of vulnerabilities, there is one major flaw, if you will, that most facilities share, and that is the existence of ventilation systems. You see, the NFT had means of maintaining proper internal atmosphere without the use of ventilation shafts. Oxygen generators provided breathable air by using either liquid or solid fuel. Carbon dioxide was absorbed by scrubbers. Excess carbon monoxide and hydrogen from oxygen generation was passed through heated catalysts, etc. You get the picture. The facilities had everything they needed to function in complete isolation. The ventilation system, however, seems to have existed in case of fires and other kinds of large-scale air contamination. Whether it was necessary or not is something I'd not go into. But what it did, ironically, as we've all seen upon our descent into Ark Island Keep, was that it also allowed Biocorp to use their own contaminants against them. Thank you, Professor. Well, what can you tell me about Seeger? Jeremy. Yes, good fellow. One of the finest students at the Facility of Information Technologies, and the head of the university's IT center. And he's been an assistant of mine in that field for a few years now, even though his appearance might not suggest it in the least. He is rather casual. Casual, yes. But goodness me, he wasn't like that. He looked normal, by our standards at least. It all began with his recent move to Hexagon. Hexagon is the second largest city in North Underrail, second only to Dis. But once you step into it, it's as if you've stepped into another world. It's a tech hub, a haven for tech heads and tech criminals alike. But to me, it looks more like a tech slum, with all the stores, augmentation shops, cyber centers, tech armories, all crammed together in this confined vertical space that is Hexagon. Say nothing. There are some things you can only find in Hexagon, and that I can understand. But by the caverns, this recent virtual mixed reality, whatever it is, craze that spread among the Hexagonians has captivated, magnetized Jeremy as well. I was seriously considering taking someone else to this expedition, fearing he'd show up with visible ocular implants or some other kind of augmentation done in by some shoddy Hexagonian shop. Should have seen some of those people. Seeger's appearance is just a mild case of exposure to Hexagonian depravity. But he's an expert in what he does, and I needed him here. Well, take care, Professor. I guess we should check the desks. They're not gonna mind. Lumerian Philharmonic Pamphlet. Among other things, they were scheduled to perform the first and second movement of Relux's Infinite Descent. You do not have permission to use this console. Minimum clearance level required is C3. You can try hacking it. What do you guys think? Give it a try? Let's talk to the general first. What is it? What's the camp security status, Chief? There are currently 33 sec troopers defending the camp. Our firearm and ammunition supplies are very good. High-tech equipment supplies, very good. Medical supplies, very good. Our jet ski numbers are also very good. That is all. What do you know about the ferryman? We consider him a minor threat. He was seen entering the pirate territory. While he's doing nothing but sailing around apparently scavenging materials from the water for the past 2 weeks, he could in fact be acting as a pirate spy and observing us. However, what worries me the most is the fact that he is also sailing through native waters completely uncontested. What kind of relationship he has with them is something we've not been able to determine yet, as he was uncooperative whenever he was approached. He is lightly armed, and for the time being, best avoided. If you need any further information, Yehoda is tracking him from the top of the lighthouse. What can you tell me about the pirates? They are a high-level threat, especially now after the native invasion. They are mostly concentrated in the southern bay and along the eastern coast and have regular jet ski patrols along their perimeter within the bay. They mostly employ light to heavy firearms and other low-tech projectile weapons, but their fortifications also have large caliber machine guns, especially at their main base. Did they oppose your arrival? Of course. There were a number of incidents when we first arrived, most between our and their jet patrols. They were aggressive, but we came prepared and have managed to repel all their incursions into our territory. But we didn't come here to wage wars. It wasn't our original plan to have a permanent camp on this island. And as we are in the open, and could be observed and attacked from all sides, not to mention it would exasperate the tensions with the pirates due to our proximity to their positions, we instead planned to move further north, unaware of the native presence there. Who are those natives? I can offer you little information outside of what you've already seen for yourself. They control the entire northern region of the Black Sea. They employ primitive weapons and technology, but their great numerical advantage, familiarity with the terrain, and relentlessness has turned them into an obstacle we haven't been able to overcome. And no one outside the Black Sea knows anything about them. Nothing that would prepare us for what we encountered here. They were an unexpected threat which has, together with pirates, wildlife, disease, and environmental conditions, forced us into this deadlock we're in. And yet, we are still unable to understand the exact relations between natives and the pirates, although I find it highly doubtful that they formed any kind of alliance based on our observations. I'll leave you to your work, sir. Alright, so I guess we'll eat some food. Let's go ahead and try hacking this. Gain access to the security console. Oh, I don't have any hacking. Right, no hacking yet, Tim. Oh, right. I have electronics, no hacking. So I actually probably can't work on any of the upgrades for the camp yet. Oh, well, that changes things a bit. There are 3 exit holes in the back of his severely enlarged skull. Keep your eyes peeled. Danger lurks around every corner. Both of his legs are missing. He was shot in the head from behind. One of his arms is about 1.5 times longer than the other. The amount of pain he must have been in is unbelievable. Anything below us, by the way, cannot be entered. It's all basically submerged, and or the elevator, it simply does not bring us there. Judging from the low wall here, this must have been some sort of like either, not really a guard post, but a checkpoint? Probably like a secretary or someone here, making sure that only authorized personnel were allowed lower. Okay, everyone. So, I talked briefly in the last episode about, well, 2 things we're going to talk about now. Number 1, about what we want to do in regards to the Fold M7s. And no one has said anything at the moment. It's been a day. I'm going to let 2 more days pass before I decide for us about reading them at the end of a video, or if we wait till the very, very end of all of this and then read all of them all at once. There is one more thing I've been dwelling about, and I'm forced to make up my mind now. What do we do about an event that will transpire? The pirates, and we talked about it on screen, but there are spoilers here, so if you don't want spoilers, skip ahead like 5 minutes or so. The pirates are soon going to make an attack on our base, and they're going to capture Professor Redfield. I think that if we go south to Port Sito, where the pirates are, and wipe out the pirates in the port, that would stop the pirates' attacks from reaching the island. I'm not sure what you guys would think if I do that, though, or not. It kind of would be a bit, that's what I'm looking for, metagaming? Similar to if I decide to go to the native islands, I know that if I kill every single native on their islands, then native attacks stop. But I think I would prefer to be on the island, and you know what? Now that I'm talking out loud about it, we'll let the pirates make their raid after all. Okay, so we have several locations that we can go to. So why don't we start heading toward, I guess H7 would be the closest, or L4. Actually, if we go to L4, that brings us right near Port Sito. If we go to the Horticultural Center, that also will kind of bring us near the port. So I guess it doesn't matter. Maybe we'll actually kill the pirates anyway. I completely forgot that we need both hacking and electronics to actually repair the things here. There's this statue here, and I think the security thing we're interacting with will activate these. These are actually these seahorses, or I don't know how you say that. They're actually a weapon system. Oh, I remember how much I enjoyed this. I really like the stalactites and stalagmites coming out of the water. It's a hint that the water probably isn't that deep. Probably, I would guess, like maybe, well, I don't know. Probably like 5, maybe 10 meters or more. Gabriel, Oldfield speaking, over. I hear you loud and clear, Professor, over. Excellent, I have work for you. We've been looking through some data in the Keep, or as we now know it as the Ark Island Keep, and have uncovered the locations of a couple of facilities I'd like you to investigate. The first one is the Nexus of Technology, a research facility located at coordinates K7. It should be your primary target for now, as we believe that, in addition to any potential technology we might uncover, it contains invaluable information regarding the other facilities and Lumerian history. Yes, Lumeria. That is the name NFT gave to this project as well as the whole region itself. Lotaeri. But more on that later. Say nothing. Are you there? Gabriel, hello? I can hear you, Professor. Over. Oh, good. Besides Nexus of Technology, there is one other location we have info on. Crimson Meadow Horticulture Center, located in H7. It's that misty red shore northeast of our camp. All of these red plants seem to originate from there. But be warned, Chief told me his sect troopers encountered dangerous insectoid life over there. Gabriel, there is one more important piece of information I need to give you. All these coordinates came from a dispatching console found in Ark Island Keep. On it we found traffic logs between Ark Island Keep and these other locations. Each of these has marked coordinates. Other facilities must have them as well, so if you find them in working condition, get us those coordinates. It will help us immensely. That is all. Best of luck, Gabriel. Contact me over the Navcom or in person once you've uncovered something. Oldfield out. Will do. Out. Alright, so H7 is where we're looking to go first. So that is E6. So that would be 7 and south. I think we're about to fight some of our first enemies. I don't think those are mines. I think those are just buoys. Probably marking territory between Aegis Incorporated and the pirates. Yeah, I love the speed. That engine was worth it. It was, I think, 5,000 or so charons for it. Everything I sold basically covered the cost of that engine. Ah, well, we have reached Port Ceto, everyone. This is it. Pirates are here, and they will be difficult to actually... Well, let's see. So we're not being attacked quite yet. The Deucer is by far the thing I'm most worried about. Interesting, though, that they are not red, so they're not instantly hostile to me. Okay, we can make landfall here if we so desire. We're not going to. Actually, maybe we'll just get out of the jet ski. Okay, so there's nothing here. Diopside, a dull green parallaxy mineral crystal. Oh, and we're here again. Okay. So, I guess we have to wipe out the pirates here. We don't have to fight them quite yet. I said I wasn't going to preemptively attack them, so that will currently still be the plan. We will let the pirate raid occur. At least at the moment. I suppose if you guys have an opinion one way or the other, you can also let me know. And I'll decide. Like if you guys prefer a certain tactic instead, let me know, and I'll do what you guys wish. All right, everyone, it's time to try our fight against some locusts. So, let's go with this. Attention, all sect troopers. The camp is under attack. I repeat, we are under attack. All available troops should report to camp defense. This is Gabriel. I'll be over there as soon as possible. Over. Roger that, Gabriel. Well, just as I was about to fight some locusts, we get interrupted. Now, I've been told that this entire expedition is timed. I've done a little bit of this expedition a few times in a row, and from what I can see, it's not so much timed as, well, timed is the wrong way to describe it. The savage attacks seem to occur at very particular intervals. Perhaps I am wrong. I don't think I am. A few seconds. Let's get this ready. Now, they are all going to go in that direction. Actually, I'm very it occurs to me that they may go nowhere near where I would normally expect them to go. The savages, that is. Because I've put caltrops everywhere now. They're not going to want to walk on them if they can avoid them. After this battle's over, we'll also take a peek at the beach and see where we might need more caltrops placed. I kind of wish we could see where everything was for this and make it more entertaining than us just standing here waiting for our turn to start. Ah, looks like Agents Incorporated put some mines down, or they had some mines down here to begin with, and I must have just missed them. Doesn't it figure we missed that one? Incompetent. I know better than, well, we know better than to charge them, right? Because that's just going to get us killed. I still wish I had control over all the sect troopers. That would make this so much easier. I'm going to assume that Yahota and her colleagues can handle the Sombrorian coming from this direction. It's so tempting to charge up there, but I know that would be a mistake. We will stay here. I might be able to throw a flashbang at these two. My thought there being that try to keep as many Aegis Sec Troopers alive as possible. Ooh, good hit. Wow, someone sniped that guy. Well done, probably Yahota. Ooh, some of them are immune to poison. That's interesting. Maybe that's an effect of one of their drugs. There's no reason for us to move up. We will simply stay put. Thanks for giving me nothing to do. Exciting. Oh well. Ooh, hey! Nice. Got aim shot. Oh, hello. Aren't you scary looking? There's two of those guys. Uh-oh. Oh my, that's quite a lot of them. Thanks for giving me nothing to do. Let's go ahead and, I suppose, swap. Delay those guys a little bit. Our grenades are ready to be used again. Ooh yeah, look at these guys. Look at their skin tone. Looks like they're made of scales. Unsat. Ooh, that was a big hit. Tordol fallen moist. Oh wow. So they're quite dodgy at the moment. I hate you. Why are you shooting the one that's right near me? I don't have the movement. That would have been perfect though. That's such a shame. We can maybe do that next turn. We're gonna take a lot of crossbow hits. Let's use some morphine and move up a little bit. Flashbang's going off on that side. Oh, they really want the Sec Troopers dead. I suppose that makes sense. They're lighter armed. And that one guy is wounded. That's too good. You know we have to throw a grenade right there. We have to. Do I fire them all? I think we do. We do have to be a little careful, because if that lightning hits a sec trooper, that puts all of Aegis Incorporated hostile to us. I'd rather have thrown a grenade at the crossbow, their range support. Unfortunately, they're just too far away. So the skaters, these giant green Sombroyan, are immune to poisons. So we're not going to slow them down then with the crawler poison. The good news though is that they'll still lose movement points by walking onto the caltrops, and take a little bit of mechanical damage from that as well. Okay, we're staying here and ending our turn. There's nothing else for us to... Actually, we can recharge our hammer. And that's it. I don't see a reason for us to move up. Oh, actually, we should take some drugs, because our morphin is about to expire. So let's do a small heal. I guess we can move up and search the body. Make sure we don't accidentally click on it later. By me standing here, I'm also preventing the Aegis Incorporated from moving up. They can't actually move up any longer because I'm blocking the path. I don't want them dying on this side. I have no idea how they're doing on the other side. Hopefully, Yahota isn't dead yet. Oh, that sucks. We can entangle them too. When our grenade's off cooldown, we can sprint up and try to lob a grenade into those archers of theirs. I also should go double back and look to make some actual MK4 grenades. Oh, good for them. They're immune to being stunned. Should be good. Remember, I just realized our armor doesn't protect us from taking poison damage, but it will reduce the damage we take from poison hits. So, like, once we're dotted, that dot I don't think gets reduced. Darn this jerk standing in the way still. I don't like that chance to hit them. That's not very good. Yohota's still alive. I just saw that she did an aim shot from somewhere. Oh, there she is. Alright, she's on our side now. They must have wiped out all the natives on their side of the island. If I move up any more, they will be able to net me. They might still move up and net me anyway. Nice. Good shot, Yohota. I think that was you. Oh, he evaded that. Good for him. He's probably dead this turn. Okay, not bad everyone, but that will probably end it for us. We did it! Second attack on our forces defended. Let's take a quick peek and see how what's what I'm looking for. How bad off Aegis Incorporated is currently. Most of the bodies. I'll just be dropping probably most of their garbage someplace. Ooh, look at all those dead Sombronians on this side. Some wounded sect troopers, but looks like no one died. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, everyone. So I'm just going to loot the corpses, leave a bunch of their garbage someplace else, and then anything I want to keep, I'll store. When we come back, we'll head back down to where we were, ready to fight the locusts. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching this one. Let me know, though, if you think I should kill the pirates, and we'll just go ahead and do that. Otherwise, let their ambush occur. In any case, thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.